welcome to The Social Chase. I am your host, Chase Taylor, along with my mother, Helen Taylor.
Hello.
Our guest today is Sara Taussik. Sara is the Director of Programs and Training at Autism Spectrum Resource Center in Connecticut.
It's the ASRC.
Hello.
Sara is a licensed and board-certified art therapist and professional counselor who has been working with the autism population for over 14 years. Her work includes in patient behavior health, development and facilitation of social skills training, and teaching special education within the private sector. Being a director at ASRC has fulfilled her passion for educating the public through training educators, first responders, and law enforcement officers. Sara also facilitates social and therapeutic groups at ASRC. In addition to her commitment to her work at ASRC, Sara has a private counseling practice with a focus on ASD and LGBTQ intersectionality. In her spare time, Sara enjoys spending time with her daughter and husband, doing CrossFit, making art, and going on adventures of all kinds. Thank you for joining The Social Chase, Sara.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Please tell us about the trainings ASRC provides.
So the trainings that ASRC offers the community is something that we're really excited about. We've done trainings for educators. So for those who are in the general ed population who may not have had special ed training, we do an ASD 101 course to help educators understand that some of their students may be newly diagnosed or undiagnosed, but exhibiting signs of being on the autism spectrum and how to best work with them in the classroom setting. One of our more recent endeavors is a collaboration with CABLE, Connecticut Alliance for Better Law Enforcement, where we have had the pleasure of training first responders throughout the entire state. We've done trainings with Norwalk Police Department, and it's so important because individuals on the spectrum may not always exhibit neurotypical behaviors, and to an uninformed or untrained law enforcement officer, some of these behaviors may look different, suspicious, and dangerous at times. And it's really important for law enforcement agents to understand the neurodiversity of the autistic population so that they can make informed decisions in the community at large state. One of the other trainings we've done, which came about a few years ago, was our Healthy Relationships and Sexuality workshop, where we worked with adults, ages 18 and up, really, up until mid-40s, I'd say, on how to have healthy relationships, different communication styles, how to be assertive without being aggressive, learning about body autonomy, consent, as well as the birds and the bees, healthy bodies, really just running the entire gamut of what it means to be a healthy and sexual adult in today's society. And we really will tailor any training that is necessary. You know, we have all different organizations and facilities that reach out to us that just want more information on autism in general. We try to keep things quite general because, as you both know, if you've got one person on the spectrum, you've got one person on the spectrum. So our trainings are more general, but we answer questions. We'll talk about specific cases if they come up. But we're really, really proud to be able to offer this information to the community to just keep everyone better informed and better educated so we can support our autistic adults.
Thank you so much, Sara, for that response and that information. As you probably know, I also train a police officer, so it's always good that we let officers know there's other resources, and ARC is a great resource for providing training to the police officers, which is very important in terms of the health component. And everything ASR is doing right now is just really fantastic. So Sara, please tell us about the ARC's recreation programs, which I'm pretty sure Chase has participated in, he has enjoyed. So please tell us more about that.
Sure. So this is where I started at ASRC. This is where I entered the organization and have got to see it flourish over the past few years. We've actually just brought on an amazing certified recreational therapist, Francesca Logan, who's wonderful. But our rec program has, as with everything over the past 2 years, has morphed and evolved. We used to meet every week in a social setting, typically out in the community. We had our adults meeting every other week, our teen groups were meeting every week, but we'd meet out in different locations throughout the community so that we had a focus for our group, whether it was bowling, going out to eat, mini golf, laser tag. We had a focus, but the ultimate goal was to help foster connections amongst our participants. Once COVID came to be, we did pivot to a virtual platform, which had its silver linings and its underbellies, as most things did. One thing that we're really happy that came out of it is the reach that we were able to see. A lot of people who were not able to get to us due to transportation issues or geographical limitations, just simply too far from where our groups are being held, we're now able to join via a virtual platform. And I know Chase was able to enjoy that as well. So we're really excited that we were able to reach more individuals who are interested in getting involved. We even have some participants who are out of state in Massachusetts and Rhode Island. So our community has grown. Now that things are in a different state of evolution, we are doing a bit of a hybrid where every other week we meet in person, and then the alternative weeks we meet virtually. So we have some participants that do struggle to navigate the virtual platform. It's just not their cup of tea, and that's fine, quite frankly. If I never saw Zoom again, I'd be okay with that. But we're able to offer it to those who want to be in person and feel comfortable to do so, to connect with other teens and adults in their community, and then those who are unable to or enjoy the virtual platform are able to do so. We're really excited. We've had a game night that's been running for, I think, at least 10 years now. Every Saturday night we have a game night, and that used to be in person. We've been doing it virtually for nearly the past 2 years now. It'll be 2 years coming up in March. And it's really something that our adults look forward to. Again, it's morphed. We've really utilized technology and what's available to us, everything from Jeopardy to Hangman to Kahoot, which I used in some college classes, but it's super fun to do trivia online. So we're really proud of our rec program and watching it evolve and expanding it to meet the needs of its participants. What do you think about it, Chase? Are you enjoying our social groups?
Yeah, they're pretty fun. I did remember doing some teen night a few years ago.
Good.
It was also fun.
Awesome.
Yeah,
And one of the most important things to me is feedback. So we like to hear that things are going well, but if anyone ever has any comments about how we can make it better, we're all ears.
Yeah, I mean, I see when he's in there and he does enjoy it, and it is an advantage for us because of the fact that we do live in Waterbury. We can't always travel for Wallingford. So providing that hybrid version is really important to me, even though Zoom is like a pain, but it just gives us the ability to participate and some other individuals to also participate who can't travel to Wallingford. So it's a great hybrid solution, I think. He enjoys it, so I'm happy about it.
Good. We're glad to have you.
Yeah. Okay. What can you tell us about the forming social skills groups?
So we're in the very early stages right now. I joke all the time, the movie Field of Dreams, if you build it, they will come. So we have had a lot of inquiries over the past few years about social skills. And there's a few different organizations, groups, and therapists throughout the state that do offer social skills groups. But I think the more you talk to people and investigate, is a lot of the groups are full. So me being a licensed therapist, we decided that why not start some of our own. So 2022 is going to be the year that ASRC starts to offer social skills groups. And we're really looking to run the gamut in terms of ages. We have our Learning from Our Littles program that we started a few years ago, and that focuses on, early, after birth to 3, early elementary education age. But we're also offering groups for teens and adults on the spectrum. And they're going to be more structured social skills groups. So the social recreational groups do have a social component to them, but these are a little bit more focused on actual life skills, communication, understanding those unwritten hidden rules in society. We follow a lot of the Michelle Garcia winner curriculum, and really just fostering those real life skills to help gain independence, work on communication, and just lead to better social communication and connectivity. So if people are interested, they should definitely reach out to me at ASRC.
Social skills groups are so important. Chase is involved with one, and sometimes because he's back in college, that class he may not be to attend, so I'm very excited you're going to start one so he could get involved with it. I think the social skill groups are important. I also think that it's, in my opinion, that not only the social skills group has particular individuals who are on the spectrum, but having some neurotypical use part of that conversation as well. Maybe get some of the college students to participate depending on age level, and get some of them to participate in the social skills group, because not only does that help our individuals on the spectrum, but it also helps the individuals who don't have autism. So I think
you're absolutely right, because social skills, it goes back to the lunch bunch groups and things that are taught in school. Social skills groups are great, but you can't teach social skills in a vacuum. So incorporating neurotypical individuals, their experiences, peer mentoring, which is another offshoot that we're working on this year. I think you're absolutely right. I think those are kind of invaluable perspectives to offer to the group, and definitely something that we can and should integrate.
About ASRC's recreation resource guide. So I'm looking forward to hearing about all that information you guys have on your website.
Yeah, so our website is now, I am proud of our website now. I think for a few years we were in a rebuilding phase for sure, just trying to get all of our ducks in a row. But one of the things that has remained tried and true, that was in a paper form that is now accessible on our website, which is free to anyone who logs on, is our resource guidebook. It is, I think we had last year alone, we had over 70,000 visits to our website, and 60% of those visits were to the resource guidebook. And these are all providers, different resources, all things special needs that individuals, families, caretakers might need to look into to provide services for their individual, their loved one. It really runs the gamut from everything to behavioral health providers, psychiatrists, therapists, to lawyers, financial planners, social skills groups, camps, everything. Anything that you can think of, we try to include in our resource guidebook. These are all providers that have been vetted by ASRC. So not just anybody can be in there. We have to really, trust the services that are being provided. And we include, all types of provisions. So we really, respite care. And if it's not in there, then we, as a resource center, we really work to try and find those services for individuals. But the resource guide is definitely the first kind of one-stop shop to look at when you're looking for providers.
So that's great news. So the resource guide is important. And what I liked what you said, stated, was that you vet it first. So ASRC is vetting that information. So I highly recommend for parents locally to go ahead and look at that resource guide, because I know many times we don't know where to go, we don't know who to trust and who to have the conversation with. So ASRC is an awesome resource for this, as well as the resource guide. You can also call them as well. So thanks, Sarah, for that information. That's really key information for us parents who are,
Absolutely.
trying to navigate the world of autism.
Well, and that's just it. Whether you have an adult child who's had the diagnosis for, 20, 30 years, or you're just starting this journey, we can't do things for you, but we want families, caretakers, providers to know that they don't have to navigate this alone. We really, really pride ourselves on being a support and helping people along their journey, because everybody's journey is drastically different, and what works for one family may not work for another. So it really is important to have a place where resources are provided, but also a person to talk to and kind of figure out what is going to be the best fit for my family. So yeah.
In addition to that, so you mentioned Lifenet. So what is Lifenet?
So we're really excited about Lifenet. There's an organization that existed prior to coming to Connecticut, was in a few other states, AA&E, Asperger's Autism Network, and they have created a program called Lifenet, which we are thrilled to have partnered with them and have brought to Connecticut. It's a little bit complicated, and it's very, very clearly explained on our website, but I'll give you a brief rundown of it. But basically, it is a private pay, independent living support for adults that typically fit what was the former Asperger's criteria, low support needs, high functioning individuals on the spectrum. And they do all kinds of independent life skill building, everything from developing executive functioning skills and strategies to navigate daily life, maintaining healthy and safe living environments. The goal is to achieve independence. And through this organization, you're provided a caseworker and somebody to help manage all of these different components: nutrition, food safety, budgeting, planning, engaging in social and extracurricular activities outside of potentially a work environment, pursuing gainful employment. All of these things are under the umbrella of Lifenet. So we're hoping one day that it will be an insurance provided service, but right now it is private pay. But it's a wonderful resource that a lot of our Connecticut families have taken advantage of. I know of a couple who participate in our adult rec program who are really enjoying their offerings, who are just, having success with the case management in terms of increasing independence, but also are really taking advantage of some of their social and recreational activities as well. It's a nice add-on to what we have to offer. So if you are at all curious, please check out the website to learn more about it. One of our board members, Carol Behrens, she's one of our go-tos between Lifenet and ASRC, and she would be more than happy to answer any questions that families may have if they're interested. So let us know.
That's exciting news, because right now, Chase is 22, and we're at that stage of no longer in the system, no longer receiving services. He's not DDS, he's DSS, and we're trying to figure out how can we help this young man become more independent for the future. And Lifenet sounds like a perfect fit to get us to that next step. And many of the young people I know who are on the spectrum, or even with special needs or abilities, not neurodiverse, they need help to figure out what is that next step. It's a challenge for all of us. It's a challenge us for, like you said, their safety and health, what they should do independently when certain things happen, and for our individuals that takes a little bit longer than others. So Lifenet, I'm going to definitely check out Lifenet, and I encourage all my friends out there to check out Lifenet on the ASRC's website, which is ct-asrc.org.
It is ct-asrc.org. Yes.
So I'm
You should come in your phones. I still stumble over that.
I know, because I always do it the other way, like ASRC CT, but I remembered this time. So ct-asrc.org. And because I know I said that fast, I will have the website at the end of the video of the show. Sorry. Okay, Chase.
Okay, so lastly, Can you share about your walk for autism and what's different about this year's walk?
Absolutely. So one of our biggest fundraisers and just honestly our biggest events that I get the most excited about because it's super fun is our Walk for Autism. And it is, we have had it consecutively for, I believe, 25 years now. And we did do it virtually during the beginning of the pandemic. We did go to a virtual platform. But last year we were able to do it live, and this year we are excited to do it live again at the North Haven Fairgrounds in North Haven, Connecticut. So easy on, easy off of 91. And what makes it different this year, that is an excellent question, Chase, and thank you for asking, is that we are going to have an inclusive employment showcase, which we're really excited about. I think, and Helen and Chase, you two probably better than parents and participants of other ages can speak to the fact that once school services finish at 21, there's not a lot out there, and finding gainful, meaningful employment is definitely a goal of many of our families. So we're really excited this year to, in addition to all of the, best dressed dog, best dressed wagon, inflatables, all the other fun stuff that we have, we're going to be having vendors and showcases of inclusive employers, individuals who are neurodiverse, may themselves be on the spectrum or have a child on the spectrum, who create wares, crafts, have different things that they want to showcase as part of our walk this year. We feel that it's going to be a great opportunity for people to be exposed to some of these employers who are inclusively hiring. We just awarded Travelers Insurance last year with an award for being one of those inclusive employers. Ernst & Young is going to be at our walk. We have a whole bunch of different people coming. We're still in the baby stages, but registration has opened. It's just opened this month. So please feel free to go to our website or the walk website itself, which is ctautismwalk.com. And hopefully Helen can put that up after. But you can register for the walk. You can find more information. If you have questions, feel free to reach out to us. But we're really, really excited about this year's walk. It's going to be, I think, for what it's worth, one of our best ones yet, because I think we're gonna tick so many of the boxes of just not just having a great time, but making it a productive experience, and hopefully, making some meaningful employment connections for not only employers but prospective employees. So we're really, really, I'm going to say it, we're stoked. So.
I don't blame you for being stoked. I'm really excited, but I hope we can make it this year, because our schedules always get tangled up with trying to make it to your walk. But I think you changed the date. I think we can make it this year. So I'm looking forward to that. I think the key thing is that now it's not just walking for great, fundraising and just fun activities, but you're also having resources there, as well as resources to help individuals who are looking for gainful employment. And I think it's important not only for that resource to be there for us to use, but for them to see us and what other opportunities that maybe other employers will see the benefit of hiring individuals on the spectrum with special needs. So I think that's a fantastic idea. Hopefully we can make it, and at least maybe even be there as a vendor. I love the idea that you're actually adding vendors for people on the spectrum if they have a craft or a product to sell. I think that's wonderful, because I know when we go to Chase's book readings, people and the children get excited to see someone that looks like them or understands them. And it's important that now we give others inspiration. Mm-hmm. So you having this at the walk with other vendors who are on the spectrum sharing their talents and their product, that's going to inspire the little ones, seeing them at the walk, to say, hey, I could do this too. So I think that's a fantastic idea. I'm looking forward to it to be there as well. And hopefully everybody could go out there and attend the walk as well. Even if it's your first time, always a first time is always a nervous time. Even if you don't have a big team, just go there and participate and look at the resources they offer, and you get to meet other people as well. So I would encourage you definitely to participate in the walk. The walk information will be available at the end of the show.
Thank you so much.
Okay, one.
Thank you, Sarah, for joining us today at the Social Chase. It was a pleasure having you here.
Thank you so much for having me. I was nervous when I started, but you both it melted away and I had a great time. And thank you so much for letting me share my love and passion of what I get to do every day and spreading some information to families that could benefit. Thank you for doing this show too. This is awesome. I can't wait to watch this with my family.
So much. I'm very excited, and thank you for ASRC for all the things you do in Connecticut, especially now with the hybrid that you can reach out to more families. So families, if you thought ASRC was far away, they're no longer far away. Go on the website, contact them, register your loved one on the spectrum, and see the activities that they could probably participate in. So everybody have a great day, and thanks for joining Social Chase. Great job, Jason.
Thanks.